Hey everybody, welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. And double checking that there aren't Legion assassins about to crawl down my neck. Doesn't look like it. Oh, shut up, robot. Anyway, we're gonna keep making our way north towards New Vegas at our own pace. Not gonna rush. There's a couple of pit stops and I don't think we're gonna make it there today, but we'll see. Yeah, I can skip looting that. Oh crap, there he is. Come on. Sorry, I forgot what button VATS was for a second. Seriously? How did he get over there? Where are you pointing?
Come on.
Okay. Assassins are... I see their dorky crests. Where are they? Get me a target. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Ooh, right in the kisser.
Uh-oh. For the Brotherhood.
That's a lot of ammo you're throwing away. Why did I forget your name? Oh, jeez. That's kind of embarrassing. I've been playing a lot of other games. Oh shoot, please tell me they're not... There's a settlement over there and they're hostile to it. Come on, mouse, work with me here. Whew. Okay. Yeah, that's what plasma weapons do. Nothing but a pile of goo. Okay. Now, we could just head north from here, but we're gonna go more west, actually. Head towards McCarran Air Base. Well, McCarran Airfield. It wasn't a base before the war, but now it is. Hi, NCR dude. Up. Oh, we got some fiends. Fiends. They're just drugged up raiders. Too high on just about everything to realize what they're doing is wrong. Oh, no way. I only had a 28% chance of that. Oh good, there's some more. No, breaking the fence right there. Sounds like one of them's got an RCW. And they mopped that one up. Alright, let's keep moving towards the base. Alright, might as well show off here. Okay. This area, this whole side of Vegas, that's Fiend territory. They aren't really a faction as such. They don't really have faction, they don't have faction relations or reputation. Wonder who wrote that. Anyway, but they're more of a loose group of drug addicts who, kill, murder, kidnap somehow. They just do whatever they want whenever they feel like it. Seriously, who came all the way up to the wall to write that graffiti? Hey look, it's the sign from the beginning. And you'd think the sign that says "Welcome to New Vegas" would be at the entrance to New Vegas, but no. There's only one entrance to New Vegas, and that's on the north side of the city. Well, and the monorail, but that's the monorail. You can see it, that dotted line right there. Yeah, you wouldn't think that the NCR would let just anyone onto their base, but they do. They really do. Probably not very smart. We've got a few errands we're gonna run here. A couple of quests. Just because I like getting them out of the way pretty quick, and because it helps along Veronica's quest.
There's a lot more troops here than we thought. No wonder we couldn't hold Helios 1.
And that's one of 3 points triggered. There's a bunch of them, but
You can't help but notice that the Brotherhood barely exists to these people out here. We're like an urban myth, no real presence on the outside. We just don't adapt like we should. Used to be that all you needed to get your way was a suit of power armor and a laser rifle. Now, people are armed and organized. They're not afraid. But we still stick to our old approach because it's all we know. I think you're right. We're getting desperate. Hardly enough people to sustain ourselves as a chapter. They'll see the light, sooner or later. But I get the feeling if I don't take matters into my own hands, the change won't come in time to make a difference. See?
okay, first we're going to go over to this door here and talk to the Colonel.
I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. What brings you to Camp McCarran? You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word. Yeah, on top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out. Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands. I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent. But I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building. Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in. Bye.
Alright. That's the 2 quests we're gonna do. We're gonna interrogate the captured officer and figure out who's doing the leaks. But first we're gonna come in here to the science division. See if I can get Veronica to trigger again. No? Guess I have to talk to this guy.
Evening. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22? No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway. Vault 22.
What a condescending jerk.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible? A realist. We have that in common.
Condescending.
A year ago, I'd have said the same. But what if I was to tell you that the wasteland can yield an endless bounty, and that the secret may lie a mere few miles from where we stand? We need only reach out and take it, and for that I need you. Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated. Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you? I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course. Best of luck to you. Not that you'll need it. You seem like a reasonably competent person.
Jerk. Probably had to wait a little longer to trigger Veronica's dialogue.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job? I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs? But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich, not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc, but I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead. I had a good feeling about you, moment you walked in. I mean it. Right, good.
Now let's renegotiate that contract. I think I can anyway.
Yes?
Probably have...
Something else you needed? I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you? All right, I'll take you at your word. Williams didn't say anything at all. You just came to this conclusion on your own. No, you aren't
Jerk.
the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference. I'd have to consult my records. 8, 10. Your point is what? I have no evidence that they're dead. 1,000 things could have happened between here and the vault.
Well,
They
there
could have
are a
changed
bunch of
their minds
Cazadores
and walked
between
away.
here and there, so...
I wouldn't be much of a scientist if I leapt to conclusions without proof. All
Hey.
right. I'll admit that it's been difficult to find anyone willing to enter the vault. And I'd rather get the data sooner than later. You have a deal. I'll double your reward if you bring me the data. But this is as high as my budget will allow. Now, I know your time is valuable, so I won't waste any more of it. Feel free to show yourself out.
Feels good to extort
Even
that
the
jerk.
stupid NCR is investing in new research. We're getting left in the dust.
Hey, there it is.
You know, I've been thinking. The real problem with the Brotherhood is that we isolate ourselves. Our training is top-notch, our technology gives us an advantage, but when it all comes down to it, we're losing because we shun the outside world. We always make enemies, never allies. We refuse to recruit outsiders or see the value in their simpler technologies. I don't know. I'm still thinking about what kind of role we could take on that would give us the best chance of survival. But I think things are starting to come together. I know the odds aren't good, but I gotta try. I can't lose them. See you.
Okay, that's 2 of the 3. We'll get the 3rd one soon enough. In the meantime, we've got an officer to interrogate.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place? Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently. Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy. Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye. Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable. I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There are some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination. I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day. That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in. Long time no see, Celus.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
What a creep.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
Even creepier.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
Yeah.
I love how tight
Burn.
they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. You know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles.
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head. to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Celus? If you resist at all...
Fussy baby in the background. Sorry.
Come on in. He's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
Aw, that's no fun. Now there's a few ways we can do this. We could just beat the crap out of him, but that's, well, the default way, but there's a couple more.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
Well, I could actually insult him and get him angry enough that he starts talking, but I like this one more.
You're nothing. You're some inept mercenary the NCR is paying to supplement its own incompetent soldiers. No, listen. Caesar's secrets are safe with me. I stayed alive because Caesar would have wanted it. I'm useless to him dead. I've told them nothing. They've gotten nowhere. I'm a Centurion, for Christ's sake. I deserve his trust. You have to let this go. I'll disappear. No one will ever see me again. That was always the plan in the first place. No, that's not what I meant. Lieutenant, this man is trying to kill me. He's not who you think he is.
Did this guy drop Valium before he recorded these lines?
All that shouting. Honestly, Celus, you get free room and board. The least you could do is be a good guest.
Lieutenant, this man is an agent of the Legion on a mission to kill me.
My, we have an active imagination today, don't we?
Think about it. Is it worth the risk? You need what I know.
Well, it sounds like the two of you are becoming fast friends.
It'll be your head if I die, Lieutenant. You'll be disgraced.
You know what? I think you're right, Celus.
Of course I'm right.
Except, I don't care. Because it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it to never have to hear you say another word, Celus. Carry on.
Lieutenant! You don't have to do this. If I'd killed myself, then I would have been murdering one of Caesar's greatest soldiers. Either choice is a betrayal of the Legion, as I see it. I've done everything Caesar ever asked of me, and this is how I am repaid. With assassination, I ambushed countless NCR patrols and wiped them out so that our operatives could move freely. I waited for him to dispatch us for 3 days, never questioning why the headaches he complained of would hinder his ability to command. I haven't breathed a word about the officer we planted here. He continues to radio intelligence to Caesar's camp nearly every night. I've proven my loyalty. All you're doing is killing a loyal soldier. If that's Caesar's policy, then I say his empire will crumble. What? What do you mean? No, you slimy bastard! Nothing I've said will change the outcome for you. No force can hold back the tide of the Legion. This camp and everyone in it will burn.
Screw you, Celus.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission. Yep, see you around.
Booyah. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but Mostly I was doing that for the XP. Now come down here, and we'll talk to Captain Curtis.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis. Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago. You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
Okay. Now, after we talk to him, we're going to go back and talk to Lieutenant Boyd, who's on her way back to her office.
You're back. Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it. Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that. Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there. Just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally. Yep.
Okay. Let's head to the control tower.
Hey, what are you doing out here at this hour?
Ooh.
Yeah. I get insomnia pretty bad myself out here. I think it's the heat. Weird how sometimes it's cooler out here than it is inside. Well, I hope you managed to get some rest. Take it easy.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop. That was a bit suspicious now, wasn't it? Well, actually, it wasn't that suspicious. He is the officer in charge of investigating people. But I'm gonna shadow him just in case. I wasn't actually expecting that to happen just then because I didn't really realize the time. Let's see if I can beat him to the control tower without getting detected. Well, actually, gonna wait outside of the control tower. About here. That terminal next to the door is a log of entry. It tells you that someone who's not on the normal patrols keeps coming around 1 a.m. Which is now, but wait for Captain Curtis to move. Get a scope. We got him. If I can get out from under this plane. That was annoying. Gotta hurry. Only get a couple shots at this.
Lupa, this is Frumentarius Picus. Over.
Go ahead, Picus.
Afternoon patrol enters Fiend territory at 1300. Have them mind that stretch.
10-4, Picus. Fiends will be alerted.
Roger, Lupa.
What's the status of your primary mission, Picus?
Charges are set. Detonation will occur as the train leaves the station. Over.
How long?
Oh, that's not good.
Couple of minutes. Over.
10-4. Keep us updated.
10-4.
Hello, Captain.
What are you doing here? You don't have clearance. I don't know what you mean. Over here!
Sorry about that. I keep hitting the wrong button because I've been playing Fallout 3 off camera, and I can't get the key bindings the same in both games. Really? I'm too close to hit him with the rifle? Yeah. Now we need to get to the monorail. Very quickly. Well, not really that quickly. Oh shoot, forgot the body. He's got the codes. Need to hurry. Activation code. Now we run. Got a couple minutes to spare, but yeah, the first time I did this, I didn't get the activation codes and I didn't have the skills enough to defuse the bomb, so I kind of failed that part of the quest. Running, 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 running. Okay, okay. We're in time. Run up here, and bomb's right here. I mean, I've got enough to defuse it, but... Yay! Let's report to the Colonel. Mission accomplished.
Yes? What is it? No? What happened? Curtis? He's been in the NCR long before our conflict with the Legion. There's just no way. I hope you're mistaken, but somehow I don't think so. It'd explain a lot. This is much worse than anyone expected. There could be others, too. You've done everything that was asked of you. You have my personal thanks for this. I'll make sure you receive the credit you deserve.
Woo! We
Bye.
did it! Sweet. I'm liked. Which gives me one more thing.
We're all impressed with the work you've done for us. I thought you might be able to make use of this. It's a key to a little hideaway south of here. We've used it as a place for rangers to rest and resupply. I thought you might get good use out of it.
The NCR safe house. It's got some things to recommend it. It's right here, just south of the Repcon headquarters that we started the episode at. Mostly, it's the only place in the game where you can get Ranger battle armor without killing a Ranger. Or letting a Ranger die, I guess. But yeah, I think that's where I'm actually going to call this an episode. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.